Good afternoon, everyone. With all due respects, I convey to the adjudicator, moderator, and all the audience. I'm Abi Sulma Achyar from Senior High School Cirebon. As the first speaker from the proposition teams with this debate motion, is this house would abolish primary and middle schools years that group children based on age, and instead group them by competency and intelligence. What is an abolish? Abolish means formally put an ending into something. Abolish means to officially end or put absolute stop to something, often a practice, institution, law, or system, with the intention of eliminating it completely. For example, if a government decides to abolish a particular law, it means they are removing that law from their legal system, and it will no longer apply or be enforced. With what is a primary or and middle school, and why is it using age standard instead of intelligence and competency? Primary and middle schools are educational institutions that provide structured education to students during their early years of schooling. These schools are typically divided into two segments. The first one was primary school, also known as elementary school in some regions, is the initial stage of formal education. It usually covers grades from or classes from kindergarten or first grade between age 5 to 6 to 5th or 6th grade between age 10 of 12, depending on the educational system in a specific country. The primary school curriculum typically focuses on basic subjects like mathematics, language arts, science, and social studies. These years are crucial for building a strong foundation in literacy and numeracy. Middle schools. Middle school, also known as a junior high school in some areas, bridges the gap between primary school and high school. It usually includes grades from classes 6th or 7th grade between age 11 and 13 to 8th and 9th grade from age 13 and 15. The curriculum at this stage becomes more diversified, introducing students to various subjects and allowing them to explore their interests before moving on to more specialized high school courses. The difference between grouping students based on age and based on intelligence and competence. The first one, age-based grouping. Primary criterion on age-based grouping is the dominant factor is the student age. Students of the same age or similar ages are placed in the same class or learning group, regardless of their level or intelligence or competence. And the second one, primary goal of the age-based grouping. This approach is generally designed to ensure that students follow an education progression appropriate to their development stages. It also makes school administration easier to manage classes. The advantage of age-based grouping is allows students to interact with peers of the same age, facilitates the development of social skills, and creates uniformity in the curriculum. What is the limitations on age-based grouping? Doesn't always take into account individual differences in intelligence or skills. Some students may feel left behind or not adequately challenged. Intelligence and competence-based grouping. The first primary criterion of the intelligence and competence-based grouping is, in intelligence and competence-based grouping, students' placement is based on their abilities, knowledge, and skills. This means students with similar levels of intelligence or competence are grouped together, regardless of their age. Primary goal of the competence and intelligence is the goal of this approach to provide a learning experience that is more suitable for individual development levels and abilities. Students are more given the opportunity to develop their full potential, and the advantage of this competence and intelligence-based grouping is allows for more differentiated teaching, where teachers can tailor materials and teaching methods to the needs of each student. This can help students reach their maximum potential. Limitations of the competence and intelligence grouping requires more educational resources and careful planning, can create challenges in terms of socialization, as students may interact with peers who are older or younger. Grouping students based on intelligence and competency rather than age can offer several advantages. The first, tailored learning experience. When students are grouped based on their intelligence and competency, teacher can tailor their instruction to match the specific needs and abilities of each group. This means that students are more likely to receive a learning experience that is at their level and pace, which can lead to better comprehension and retention of the material. Second point, challenge and stimulation. Advanced students often find themselves unchallenged in age-based classroom. Grouping by intelligence and competency ensures that they are consistently exposed for more challenging material, which helps them to continue to grow and prevents boredom and disengagement. Individualized attention, smaller, more homogeneous groups allow for more one-on-one interaction between teachers and students. This personalized attention can help struggling students catch up and advanced students excel. The fourth point is reduces stigma. Age-based grouping can sometimes lead to stigmatization of students who may be older or younger than their peers in their same grade. Grouping by ability can reduce the stigma, as students are placed with peers who are at similar academic level. And the fifth point, improved self-esteem. Being in a group where they can succeed can boost students' self-esteem. Students who consistently struggle in an age-based group may develop self-esteem. Students who consistently struggle in age-based groups may develop negative attitudes toward learning, while those who excel can become overly competitive. My sixth point, efficient progression. Students can progress through the curriculum at their own pace. That means they can move on to more advanced material when they are ready, rather being held back or rushed forward to match their age group. My seventh point, encourages collaboration. Grouping based on ability can also encourage collaboration among peers. Students at similar skills levels can work together on projects and assignments, fostering a cooperative learning environment. Better preparation for the real world. In the real world, individuals work with people of various ages and backgrounds. Grouping based on ability better stimulates this environment and prepares the students for future workplace dynamics. And my last point, high expectation. When students are placed in group with high achievers, they are more likely to have higher expectations set for them. This can inspire them to work harder and strive for greater success. While grouping based on intelligence and competency offers disadvantages, it's important to note that it is also requires careful planning, resources, and flexibility to accommodate the varying needs of the students. Additionally, a balanced approach that considers both age and ability may be the most effective for some educational stages. I beg to propose to the adjudicator of my arguments. Thank you.